Reflex with my week went into Battles of the PMC. I'm sorry about the late uploads, it's just work's been killing me. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the battle. As you can see, the Sydney Krookdiles, I ended up leading with Kieran Black as he lives with Lucario, and I expect him to immediately switch out, fearing the Earth Power. I kind of forgot for a second that he did have Salamence on his team, and I should have remembered that from team preview. But I go ahead and withdraw, and I send out Mr. Mime, thinking the Dragon Gull's going to come. I mean, the Dragon Pulse is going to come, or Draco, as he sends out Empoleon. Now, I know for a fact that Vaporeon can infinitely wall any variation of this Empoleon as he goes for the substitute. I just go for a Scald. I know 2 Scalds can immediately break his sub, and it's something, you know, I gotta keep worrying about. But come to find out, he is the physical variant with like Aqua Jet and Knockoff, and I don't know what his. I think Steel uses his fourth move. As I'll just Baton Pass to see the scout, the lure to Aqua Jet. So I actually go into the Gliscor to get my Toxic Core off, and see, I think he should have predicted this. As I immediately switch right back out to Vaporeon on the Aqua Jet, baiting it out, and I get back up to full. As I know, another Scald will knock this thing out of its substitute. As he just goes for his substitute, I actually just go for the Haze here, actually, to get rid of the boost, just in case I have to switch right back out into Gliscor. As he just goes immediately for the knockoff, which didn't really do much because my Lethal was already knocked off. As I'll just go ahead and fire off with another Scald and break his thing sub. So I think he's gonna probably go for the Swords Dance. So I believe I stay in, just Scald, and just put his actually BP. As I think I'll go right back out to BNA just to go to for the Earth Power. There's no variation of this set of Empoleon that can do anything to really hurt him, but I just make the immediate switch as I just, like, the knockoff really doesn't matter here because I already activated my Toxic Orb. I actually expect him to go for the Aqua Jet here. And I'll just Earthquake. I can live one Aqua Jet, I know. I just want to be able to break this thing sub, and I want to bait him into another Aqua Jet. But he goes for the Swords Dance, which actually puts me in range of a plus 2 Aqua Jet. But I get right back up to full as I just stay in debating to go for the EQ. It does a lot of damage to this thing, but it doesn't quite kill it, which is unfortunate. As I do believe I don't think I wanted to risk the next Aqua Jet, so I immediately go out to play Vaporeon on this. As I don't remember why I stayed in. I guess it was pretty much to get rid of the leftovers on the Empoleon, but I do catch me on the switch. I do take Rocky Helmet damage, but I do believe I can just roost up right now. Looking at the set of this, he can't cripple me. He doesn't have a move to really hit it. So as he just goes out to Cryogonal, which was really interesting, as I just go ahead and reveal the Stealth Rocks. I'll just make me a switch, fearing the Ice type attack. I'll go into my Rotom Heat as he goes for the Rapid Spin. Now, this is a bad matchup, except I forgot to bring the Overheat. And hindsight, I should have. So I also didn't realize that it actually got toxic, as you see my mouse on the screen by accident. Oh man. Okay, so now my Rotom Heat is toxic, but this thing is now burnt. I think he expected Vaporeon to switch way back in, as I'll just Volt Switch out. I do believe I go back into, well no, I actually go out to Excadrill, expecting the, this to switch out, and this was a great prediction on my play, as he goes right back out to Salamence, but I immediately go for the Rock Slide. Even at +1, this still hurts, you know? That's a lot of damage for that. That puts it in a KO range for Kieran Black, but I'll just immediately switch out to back out to my Toaster to take the Dragon type attack, but he does predict that and just go for the Dragon Dance. And a +1 Dragon Claw will be able to take me out from his range, unfortunately. And I really wish I had burnt this thing, so I'll just go ahead and switch back into Mime Beam. Yeah, I drafted Mr. Mime. It takes it well enough so I can throw up a Reflect. And this is what I really wanted, actually. As I'll just go ahead and withdraw Mr. Mime into Vaporeon on the Earthquake. I do believe so. And bulky Vaporeon plus reflect. That what was the damage on that, bruh? So as he immediately just goes for the roost. I believe I just throw off a Scald here. Oh, I actually baton pass right in the, I think here in black. Yeah. As now I have a better position. I can force him to switch out, which I do. Right into the Empoleon. And I'll just go for the Iron Head. I was expecting the Mew to come back in. I kind of forgot he actually had this. So I'll just switch right back out into Batman, the Gliscor, as he does go for the Swords Dance. Now, I do still have the Vaporeon in the back to take an Aqua Jet from this thing, which is, I believe, the play I do end up making as my, actually, no, I stayed in. And I live with 1 HP on the critical hit, and I do get the knockoff, and I do believe I predict the next Aqua Jet and go right out to the Vaporeon on this play. As I will get rocks in, but the Aqua Jet actually does heal me. So, the only thing he can really do is go for knockoff, as I am able to kill this thing, finally. But this does give him a free switch into this. Close combat does end up taking it out from this range. Yeah. Now, Lucario is a big ass threat. BP kind of threatened this thing out, but yeah. But he's still fearing Earth Power, as I do end up predicting that, and I go for the Ice Beam. But he is Yachi, so he is going to live the first one. Barely. But the second one does end up KOing him. But it does give him a free switch into Lucario, but he actually opts for the Clef, which was really interesting. So I just send out Mr. Mon to die. As I'll switch right into my Gliscor here. It lives with 1 HP, man. As I do reveal the Roost, I'm thinking I'm at a good amount of HP, but this thing is still quite effective, regardless. The Cryo turned out to be a bigger threat than I did. I didn't realize it was so especially bulky, as it is able just to KO it with a freeze dry. Some things I did learn, you know. Also, about this next play, I'm just like, really? As I do go for the Earth Power, and it does nothing. What damage was that? As it does KO, that's 2 kills for a Cryogonal. Obviously, I'm actually on the other side, so Extra does come in here. And I believe I do go straight. Oh, he goes actually for the freeze dry again, as I do go for the Iron Head, KO and this like revenge killing it right back. So he just comes out, sends out Mew. What he does not know is I do pack up, as he was will, I do pack the Shadow Claw. I'm going to force him to eat the Soft Foil and take another one. As I do, you know, I think I just Shadow Claw here. And I do pick up the KO on me with the critical hit. Actually, the crit did matter. I'm not gonna lie, it did matter. But Lucario just comes in here and he just sweeps up late game with the extreme speed on this. And I believe what I have left. Oh, I didn't have anything left. So that's week 1. So I go down 0-1. GG, well played. I could have done a lot better, but I messed up. So let's go ahead and just jump into week 2. Versus, I believe this is the Sydney Krookdiles. Yeah, this is actually a pretty cool battle. I'm not gonna lie. There's, as you see, I bring what I brought, and he brought what he brought. Nothing past that. And I do believe right off the bat, as I sent a road him, he's in top of cool. I'm like, I can take a hit from this. I do have Spadef, you know, run into this. As he just goes for the taunt, I'm like, wow, that was actually a hell of a prediction turn 1. As he just goes into Flygon, as I'm forced to withdraw, and I have to go out into Gliscor, which is not a bad play. This is Fizz Def Gliscor, as I just go for the substitute, see what he's going to go for. To be honest, as I don't have anything that could. I didn't think I have anything to touch this, but I do predict that. I do go for the knockoff, and it's able to hit the Slowking on switch, as it does get rid of his Assault Vest. So that means he's bulky. He was bulky on the Fizz Def side as well. And I just go ahead and talk to him, put the Slowking on the timer, which was the smart play, as he just goes for a Scald here. I do have some Spadef, invested into this Gliscor for this week. Simply take on things from like Soul King. As I just go for the protector, this is the toxic Gliscor set, man, and I love this. I know Star people actually could, know where I'm coming from on this. As he does just hit me with a psychic, and it is able to break the sub. As I am just going to pretty much protect stall this thing now. It does get in. Come to find out later, it does have a oh my god, a regenerator. As he just goes straight for the Fire Z move, the Infernal Overdrive on this Houndoom, and this thing, man, You can see, this thing just gets blown back. This thing ends up like Krillin in Dragon Ball Z. As I just bring it in Kieran Black, and this thing just apparently just like fusion bolts everything. Down goes the Houndoom. I'm sorry I had to do that, Houndoom. But then comes in the Tapu Koko, and I'm like, I'm locked in. Maybe this will do more than I think it will. And nope. As this thing does around 35, it does a lot more than I thought. And that is with an Assault Vest, as I'm forced to switch out into my Roserade, as he switches right out to his Flygon. Now, what's interesting about this is he goes for the Dragon Dance, right? I go for the Sleep Powder. It does put him to sleep. I'm like, cool. I can whittle this thing down a little bit, as I withdraw, and I'll actually go back into Shady, the Delibird, my man, put in some work this battle. Let me tell you. Boy, let me tell you. So he forces out the switch into Slow King as he goes for the fake out, right? And waste the turn in electricity. As I just withdraw and I go right back at the Poison Ivy on the foul. Oh, he actually packs the foul play this week for it, which was interesting. I've never seen foul play on Slow King, as it just, the toxic stuff will really take its toll. As I just withdraw right out in the Toaster. As I kind of figured he would have to switch right into the Skarm. He's going to force him to switch right back out. And I think I do end up going for Willis, but he actually predicts that. He goes for the Dragon Dance. I do believe I need to go right back. No, actually use Dark Pulse. I was a little concerned with Slow King, as he just goes for the Outrage, which does a hell of a lot. But I ended up crippling that thing with Will-O-Wisp. And it kind of does have some say into what happens later on. As I just go into, I'll withdraw and I'll go out into Excadrill, which was a mistake. As he just goes for the Outrage, he's able to live one Outrage, and he goes for the second one, as I take those two hits very well, as he does end up being Confusion. As I just go for the Brutal Swing. Again, I was really concerned about the Slow King, because it does kind of mess up the majority of my team. As he is able just to get off the Earthquake, and kill my Excadrill. But this puts this in range of an Ice Shard from Delibird, and this will be a first I think I've ever seen Delibird getting a kill in league play. I mean, and you through Yachi. So he goes into Skarmory. I'm thinking, this is a bad matchup for me. I'll switch out to Toaster, as he predicts that and goes for the Stealth Rocks. Now this puts the rest of my team on a timer, sorta. I do pack the Rapid Spin on Delibird, as he does switch out into Slow King, as I do believe I killed this thing off with a Pain Split plus a Volt Switch. Actually no, the Volt Switch barely did not kill, even through Poison. As I'll just Volt Switch here, as he lives with 9 HP, and I'll go back out to Delibird. As you know, this is the Dragon Tail. So this thing was like anti-Kieran Black, to be honest. As he goes out to Skarmory, and Delibird's allowed to spin. Delibird's spin is actually the funniest thing, as I think he didn't expect me to put the spin on that. And his Fusion Bolt resist consists of Tapu Koko and Krookdile, and this thing was an issue. And I sort of predict that. The Iron Head does not flinch, and the knockoff does give him the Moxie boost, which puts me in a lot of problems. As I'll just switch into Roserade here, as the knockoff does a hell of a lot. If you had not gotten that first Moxie boost, Didn't think that first one would kill, as I'll just send in Skarmory, back to Shady, as he predicts the Ice type move and just goes back into Skarmory, and boy, what the hell.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah, he misses a fake out of all things. As I just go for Destiny Down, predicting the Brave Bird here, but he goes for the Toxic, so this thing is now infinitely walling both from our last one, well, not last two, as he'll just get up rocks right back up here, predicting to switch out back into Rotom Heat, and yeah, this is the game we end up playing, because now he's gonna try, like, I'm gonna Willow, as he just is able to Toxic this thing, does not have to really fear the Volt Switch much, because he does have the Crocodile in the back, and I believe I can just go for what I was trying to predict, as he just whirlwinds me the rest of this game out, man. Rocks will take down Shady, and Rocks will do 25% when switching to Rotom Heat. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of this game. As he's gonna roost all me here. I can just pain split, but it really doesn't do much because I am Toxic, as he's just gonna roost. And there's really no point in really continuing to drag this game out. So I think I do go for the Volt Switch here. Just to, I guess. You know, I actually ended up running after that, actually. But good games.